Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I'm going to show you a recipe for a grape salad. Grapes are good on their own, but this salad just adds another layer to it. So I'm actually cutting down the original recipe just because I don't want to make quite as much for who we have here to eat it. So anyway, I'm cutting it in thirds. But I have some cream cheese that I've beat up, and then I'm also going to add some sour cream to this, and I'm going to put in some sugar, and the measurements are all in the beginning of the video, so you can get them there. And I'm going to add some vanilla, and then this is our dressing for our grape salad. And our grapes, the grapes really look good this time. Sometimes they don't look so good, but both the green and the red grapes looked really good. So I got some of both. It adds a little color to it. So I'm going to beat these together. I've already washed and dried my grapes, so I'm ready to put this over the top. Then I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator to cool down. And just before we serve it, on top of it, I'm going to sprinkle some brown sugar and some pecans that I've diced up, so that I have both of those ready. But first I want to mix these in, refrigerate, and then I'll add those to the top just before serving. It's almost like a cream cheese dressing that goes on it. Okay. Hello, welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I am making a pork stir fry for supper, and we had a couple of pork chops in the freezer that we needed to use up, so I took those and I cut those in 1/2-inch wide strips, about that size, and it's about 12 ounces. And then I salt and peppered it and put a tablespoon of cornstarch, tossed that in that. And then I refrigerated it while I was prepping some of my other stuff. So I've got a couple tablespoons of oil in my wok. I'm gonna fry this up in batches. And while some of it's frying, I will go ahead and show you how to make the sauce that's going to go on this. I've also got some vegetables cut up, and one of the things you can do, you can use like a slaw mix for the cabbage parts, but I also have some red pepper and some sugar snap peas and some broccoli that I threw in there as well. So fry this up. And you just want it doesn't have to be completely done. You want it so it's no longer totally pink, but it'll cook some more when you add the sauce and the vegetables. Okay. So for the sauce, I'm going to take 1/3 of a cup of water and 1/3 of a cup of pineapple juice. That I have some pineapple I drained because I'm going to use it in the with the vegetables, so I use that pineapple juice. If you don't have the pineapple juice, you can always use orange juice. Okay, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of soy sauce. couple tablespoons of brown sugar. A half a teaspoon of sriracha if you have it. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I'm struggling getting my jar open, so I'm going to use that right now. And a teaspoon of sesame oil. And then I'm going to reserve the other part because I'm going to make a slurry with some cornstarch. But that's all there is to the sauce mix. So I'm going to just let this pork all cook, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. Our pork is all cooked, and we have about a tablespoon of oil left in our pan. And now I'm going to dump those vegetables in and stir fry those in that oil that I cooked the pork in. And you just want to cook this until some of those vegetables are tender. And then we're going to set this aside, and we will make our sauce in the same pan. So I'm going to let this cook up. And that'll take 3 or 4 minutes for the vegetables to start to get tender. Our vegetables are starting to look really nice. They're starting to get tender. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3 or 4 tablespoons of garlic. And I'm going to add about a teaspoon of ginger. And you can use fresh ginger. I'm going to use some ginger paste. And I want to cook that just to combine and get all the flavors going. Once that's done, I'm going to put this in the bowl that I took it out of, and then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. Okay, those ingredients that I mixed together for my sauce, I'm going to dump those in my hot wok. I'm going to turn the heat down actually some. Let that cool down just a minute. I'm going to put this in the wok and let it come to a boil. Once it boils, I'm going to add a slurry of 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 2 tablespoons of water, and that will be the thickener. And then I can just dump everything together. And it won't take it long to come up to a boil. So I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I got a tablespoon in there. Put a couple tablespoons of water. We're at a boil already. In, and we're going to serve this over rice, but you could have noodles if you prefer. Now that it's thickening up, I can go ahead and add in that pork that we cooked, the vegetables, some garlic, and all those things we cooked together. And then the last thing, I have about 2/3 cup of pineapple chunks that I'm going to put in there. I'm just going to cook this, toss it to get it all hot and the flavors all together, and then it'll be ready to serve over rice. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.